All right, Noah and Ruthie, thank you guys for coming today and being willing to share your story at Pleasant Ridge. And first, just want to say, so thankful for your family. You guys have become some of mine and Caroline's best friends, and we love any chance we get to hang out with you. But I'm interested in hearing your story of Pleasant Ridge. So tell us, what brought you to Pleasant Ridge?
Well, we have been at Brook Hills for a few years. We came to Pleasant Ridge in several churches in the area, just looking for something closer to home, a place where we could connect more and be more of the church family and just be more involved. That was the main thing that brought us to Pleasant Ridge. And when we got here, we were just immediately welcomed by so many people in the congregation. Just first time here, they didn't know us, so just came up and introduced themselves. Glad you're here. Hope to see you again and all that. We really felt welcomed and loved.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was mostly like looking for kind of opportunities to serve, because there wasn't as much to do at Brook Hills, but there's so many opportunities here.
Yeah. And speaking of being involved, I mean, man, you guys are thoroughly involved. When you're not interim children's ministry, you guys are playing on the worship team and things of that sort. Noah, you're not only in the worship team, you're also security. And so you guys have been thoroughly involved and impacted our church in such a positive way. So you both have active service roles in the church, whether it's in children's ministry, worship ministry, security team. How has Pleasant Ridge Baptist Church nurtured your desire to use your gifts to glorify God in the church?
I'd say people have been very encouraging, especially like with the worship ministry. People just they're so happy that you can serve, and they're so encouraging when you do serve, and they're being very helpful.
Yeah.
They're also very open to letting you into the more intricate workings of everything. As a security team, they're not trying to keep it to themselves, They're very open, and here's how we do things, and help you around, show you the ropes and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with everything you're saying. I've experienced that at Pleasant Ridge as well. Very open, very open, and very willing to, bring you into that circle. But speaking specifically about ministry and your roles in ministry, Noah, you surrendered to the call of ministry at Pleasant Ridge. And how did God use this church in your life to reveal his call on your life?
Well, this church was one of the first times in being in churches that I could really, really get involved. Before, I was either too young or we lived too far away from where we're going. We lived like an hour away from Brook Hills. So we couldn't really get deeply involved with that church. But here I was able to get deeply involved, help with discipleship and just outreach. And it really sparked something.
Yeah.
And I just felt the Lord calling me to do this.
Absolutely. And man, I've met with you several times and appreciate your heart for the Lord, and
Thank you.
Look forward to continuing to serve with you.
Absolutely.
And Ruthie, you and Hannah are currently the interim children's minister, and so serving as that interim children's minister in that role, you actively taught in the children's ministry even before taking on that interim title. So reflecting on your time serving in the ministry, how have you witnessed Pleasant Ridge's impact in children specifically with the gospel?
I say, parents is a large part of it, especially like on Wednesday nights when Hannah and I are teaching grade school specifically. They ask a lot of adult questions. Like they're really thinking about it, and you can tell, like especially with the older kids, like the parents and the church has been really good about teaching them, getting them ready to ask questions and find out more. And they've been very open to listening. So,
and I'll even say, just as a parent of children in the children's ministry right now, I've seen my own children especially the older son, Asher, asking questions and even speaking up truth. Like just in conversation, he'll bring up truth like, Daddy, God is everywhere. So those very fundamental and foundational truths that are so critical to our faith, they're internalizing it, right? Mm-hmm. And so I would say just over the past few years, like what we're seeing at Pleasant Ridge in the children's ministry is such an encouragement from a doctrine standpoint. So what would you say is one of the strengths that you've experienced at Pleasant Ridge that you hope continues to impact others?
I say probably one of the biggest things is just the openness and welcomeness that they have. Because like Noah already said, like that was one of the things that we just were so amazed by when we first showed up. Just, we had multiple people come up to us and just be glad to see us and just talk to us, and they'd never seen us before. And I feel like that's one of our biggest strengths, I think.
I would say the same thing, just building off of that. We've grown significantly since we got here, and it's been the way that we were welcomed has encouraged me to continue to welcome newer members the same way and just have the same sort of attitude of glad you're here, good to see you and everything.
Yes. It's that welcoming nature of this church. It's infectious, right? It causes us to like adopt it for ourselves. So I've also witnessed that, and I affirm everything you guys said. And you guys are such a critical part of our church and a variety of ministries, not just you, your entire family. And so I'm so thankful for the wins and grateful for you coming today and telling your story at Pleasant Ridge. We want to invite you to join us on May the 4th as we celebrate God's faithfulness to our community through the life of our church. We hope to see you at the 150th anniversary on May the 4th.